While I work on my reverse aging, I want you to think about this. Combining ketones that oxidize into acetate with lactic acid that your body creates during HIIT training to remove dead muscle fiber out of your destroyed muscles, and combining them with cold water that shrinks the capillaries of your extremities and shoves that beneficial cocktail into your neural cortex, removing plaque and inflammation that leads to neurological conditions and reverses cognitive decline. And how the NSA, the CIA, the DOD, the top of the MARSOCs, the top of the Rangers, and the top of the Navy SEALs already utilize that during SEAL training and things like that when they hit their heads a lot with heavy logs and boats to prevent neurological conditions and reverse cognitive decline. And how it should be used with everybody in the military and not just the few people we deem important enough to take care of because we don't want them to suffer neurological conditions. Got here my vitamins here. Sip of OJ, and then I'm going to make chorizo with eggs this morning. Think about 60% of my brain is fat. So after I go into ketosis that creates ketones that oxidize into acetate to combine it with lactic acid from HIIT training so that whatever. I'm tired this morning. Me and my wife were up real late. But yeah, I'm going to make some chorizo and eggs this morning instead of drinking raw eggs because I need the molecules after I've cleaned out my brain from HIIT training. If you've been tracking my progress from the beginning or after my repetitive injuries or TBIs, you'll see it works. In this repetitive simulation, I added this complete focus to the phenibut in this God stabilizer and the Pro Mood complex I was taking with my Excalibur, my exercise calisthenic burr it's cold, right? To create lactic acid and ketones that oxidize into acetate to combine with this basic introductory to genetic protocol into a type of panacea that will remove the plaque and inflammation out of my brain, raising a king's dome. If I jump in cold water, shrinking the capillaries in my extremities and sending a tidal wave of that panacea or Christ oil or whatever you want to call it into my brain to heal neurological conditions, right? I was asked if I could try and manifest a type of NZT from fantasy into reality, and as you can see, it's working relatively well, right? Excalibur, cold water, and genetic protocol.
Hi guys, good morning. Just wanted to see if you guys are ready for Thanksgiving, and how are you guys cooking your turkey this year? We're going to do ours in the oven, but just let us know. Bye.
Have a good day.
I'm having a great day already. Somebody asked me, when I talk about military abductions and people breaking into my house, setting up rape situations and shit like that, is it real? It's absolutely real. I volunteered to be hunted so the children that the Department of Homeland Security picks up could see who comes after them. And then those children and the international community and the women and children in my local community got to witness the military repeatedly assaulting me, abducting me, and hurting me and telling me my options are to kill my wife, kill myself, or shoot up something in the public. And then the military and people in my life setting up situations to give me a reason to kill my wife while they're psychologically tormenting me and pushing me over the edge so that I would. While also setting up situations like Al and Jerry, rape situations where somebody comes in my house and I might kill them and then have to have them take. The 7 seals of a rainbow reveals a body of light that is real light when all 7 seals unite. In the covenant that arcs the Ark of the Covenant. Right? The 7 seals of revelation that are sealed and only a messenger can open to show you what it reveals. Right? A rainbow. What does a rainbow do? It arcs. Where is a rainbow? In the bow of a cloud. What do we call a rainbow in all religions? A covenant. What is a covenant? Right? The two-way pact behind all living creatures and every religion's God that holds the words of every religion. and only a messenger can open it up to show you the body of light that is real light that appears when all 7 seals unite. Right? Your religion, no matter if it's Indian, Rama, Valhalla, Judaism, Islam, or Christianity, right? It shows a body of light that is real light with a weapon, bow, staff, or something in one hand, and that yellow book or scroll of light in the other, where all of humanity's ideas and thoughts dissipate to. Here's my contract from Patriot Roofing. If you guys remember on a live stream, their project manager came out and asked why I picked Patriot Roofing. And I said, honestly, you guys broke into my house and threatened to murder my son if I didn't give you business. Right? I did international foster care and took care of sexually exploited women and children in our community. Right? And men who work at companies that actually sexually exploit women and children in our community would need to align themselves with the men who take care of them. So if those children try to escape, they escape to the customers who will return them back to the people who are sexually exploiting them. Right? The fire department in Pierce County witnessed the first service rep from Patriot Roofing come out and pretend that I assault them so they could extort money from me and set up a psychological operation to be one step ahead of these sexually exploited women and children by giving them a fake place to run to so these men could return these children to the places that they pay to sexually exploit them. Some weird dots for people to connect in my live streams and things like that. When the project manager of Patriot Roofing broke into my house and threatened to kill me or my son and do bad things to my family if I didn't give them my business after they originally extorted money from me, it was Jerry, my neighbor, who set up the rape situation so my wife could be raped or I could kill somebody so the police could kill me. It was Jerry who gave me the money back. Originally, the check from Patriot Roofing, that connection, it was Jerry who originally tried to give me money, a check for tens of thousands of dollars to shut me up about him setting up rape scenarios in the community against women and children. Originally, Jerry tried to give me a check for tens of thousands of dollars, and he gave me the money back from Patriot Roofing. Originally, after Patriot Roofing threatened to kill my son if I didn't give them my business. There's hailing in my house. Look at it. It just froze over. This is magnificent. Stay inside, Sophie. Those of you guys that were concerned about Ernie in the last video, don't worry, he survived. After that, he had to go on to learn how to untie knots with his face mask ripped off. Riddle me this, riddle me that. How do you see in the dark of night like a bat? You have to listen to nature's sidekicks like a robin. You think about that riddle in all of the Batman movies and series and cartoons that nobody ever picks up on? Right? If you want to see in the dark of night like a bat, you have to listen to nature's sidekicks like a robin. If you're face down and you listen to nature's sidekicks, they'll tell you what's coming all around. What did Robin do for Batman? Robin warned Batman when the bad guys were coming, when Batman was distracted and couldn't pay attention. Right? When you're face down in the ground, you have to listen to nature's sidekicks who will tell you what's coming from all around. Riddle me this, riddle me that. How do you see in the dark of night like a bat? This is my turkey. His name is Leroy. As you can see, he got big old titties. And he sacrificed himself to be my dinner. Right? Zenio went out and asked the turkeys in the field, who wants to be killed so Martin and Heather can eat you? And Leroy was like, I'll do it. This is my wife. She's making stuffing. Say hi, baby.
Hi, good morning.
You think about that, though, man. Leroy. He sacrificed himself just so I could cook him. You look how big he is? He's beautiful. But anyways, my wife is making stuffing, and then she's going to put her hands in Leroy's private parts.
Okay, you need to get off there and help.
Stuff him?
No, that's not appropriate.
With naughty bits that'll taste delicious.
Okay, babe, off the phone now.
Bye. My wife and the turkey, hold it here, babe, so they can see it. This is Leroy, our finished product. Right? My wife says it's too heavy. He's fat. I'm putting it in the oven and show you guys how I do it. I gotta put the thermometer in one of his titties. So there he is in the oven. I have a thermometer in the thickest part in my poultry timer right there. Like Ronco, set it and forget it. And then I'll pull it out later when it's done. Maybe 3.5, 4 hours from now. Bye, everyone.